Hey crafters, welcome back to She's Crafty Paperworks. If you're new here, my name is Jen, and today we are celebrating the arrival of summer. And we're going to do so with the Poolside stamp and die set bundle from Concord 9th. I just happened to pick this up last week during their major sale, and I really like what you can do with this set because it comes with a full-size sunbather and lots of little sunbathers. There's lots of options for decorating the towels and their bathing suits. So let's have some fun. I have 5 cards lined up. Now, one of the things that's interesting about this card set or the die set is that it does come with a mechanism that allows you to create a out of paper the ability to turn the inner tube on the card front. Now, I'm not going to use these dies to do that today. If you're interested in that in a future video, let me know in the comments. I'd be happy to do that. But for now, I'm going to focus on 5 cards. Like I said, one of them is a shaker card, and I have lots of ink blending lined up. So let's get to it. Now, before I go any further, for those of you that like to use a Concord 9th color palette or replicate the same colors with your own stash, the colors I'm using today are honeysuckle, watermelon, clementine, starfruit, parsley, oceanside, and aqua sky. In addition to those colors, I'm going to use craft cardstock on 2 of the card fronts, and I'm using that to create kind of a faux sand look. And to help further that along, I'm going to use some black and white ink splatter to help create that speckled look. I'm just using Dilutions ink spray for the black and Dr. P.F. Martin's for the white that I also watered down just a little bit. Okay, so for card number 1, I'm going to take that one faux sand card front, and I just took a rectangle piece of cardstock and I ran it through my quilted card front, and I created a just a little blanket for her to lay on. For her swimsuit, by the way, before I did the die cutting, I stamped the image. Like I said earlier, it comes with lots of different images for you to decorate the swimsuits and the towels. I opted to do it beforehand, but later on I do it after I do the die cuts. It doesn't matter. Either way will work. Now I'm just going through and taking that sun blanket and just creating a fringe along both edges at the top and bottom. Next, I'm going to glue a piece of craft foam because I want a little bit of dimension to prop her up. But other than that, this card comes together very quickly. In terms of the sunbathers, the die for them is 2 for the hat, 2 for the body, and 1 for the swimsuit. So very quickly on that. For this sentiment, I chose kick back and relax, and you deserved it on the inside. I think this would be great for teachers or anyone going on a break or a holiday from work or school. The Monstera leaves come from just my stash. But very quick, but very cute kickoff to summer solstice. Okay, so the next card is the shaker card, and I'm out of any kind of packaging material that I can repurpose for this that doesn't have a rip in it. So I'm going the old-fashioned route, and I'm just going to do acetate. And the way that I do it is kind of a shortcut for me. I cut my panel ahead of time and use my score buddy to kind of help provide my guideline for the folds. So what I do is once I cut my panel and I know that that's going to be my card front, I cut my acetate to give me roughly about a 1/2 inch all the way around for the fold. And I just take with me my panel and acetate together to the score buddy and score it at the same time. So this is what I just did. I scored the panel. I'm folding that over. Now, the tool that I'm using is a stylus that has a ball tip. It's an embossing tip. Those work best, especially the metal tips, versus a bone folder or something like that. It's just not going to give you a sharp enough edge. The next thing that I do is I don't have any acetate doubled up. So when it's all folded over, what I do is I end up cutting off the acetate that's doubled up, and I essentially parallel it against each other so that they're lined up next to each other, but they're not overlapping. This is going to give me a flatter adherence to the card panel. The next thing I did was stamp Hello Summer onto my panel, and I did that using my MISTI, but I also took the inner tube with me just to make sure that I knew exactly where to place that Hello Summer stamp. And once I did that though, I put my panel back into my acetate slot and did double-sided adhesive on 3 sides. I left the top open so that I could put my materials inside. Now initially I was going to use blue beads to help with that water effect, but I remembered I had these faux diamonds, and I picked them up from Amazon, and they are highly reflective, and I've been wanting to use them as water for some time now, and so I knew that this was the opportunity to do so. So I did that, and then I adhered that 4th side, and I have a shaker card. So here she is. For the next 3 cards, I use the little sunbathers, and I think this looks more daunting than it actually is. I had a lot of fun putting them together and kind of decorating their hairstyles and their outfits and coordinating that with their towels and their little inner tubes and all of that. I don't know. It was like mini paper towels. So I don't know, it was fun, and it didn't take long at all. So once I did that, and I had, I think I did a dozen of them, and I decided to do the 2 card panels that I wanted to do ink blending on. Now, I did see when I was looking at the die on Concord 9th's channel, there was a video, and I didn't click on it, of where I could see an image that looked very similar to this beach scene, this overhead beach shot of the water and the sand. And I wanted to kind of replicate that. I don't know who did it. I can't give credit to it, but it is on their website. But I decided to do mine like a tunnel card. And so I used my cloud nesting dies or tunnel dies from Spellbinders, And I just used the one, and I propped that up on some dimensional tape and put that over the little scene that I had created with my oxide inks, and it allowed me to then kind of have a scenic view where we're kind of looking in from the clouds, like a break in the clouds, and we see the sunbathers below. I don't know. It was kind of my spin on that card. But go check out that card on the website, the Concord 9th website, if you bought this die during the sale. It's definitely a nice inspiration. For the fourth card, I blended together festive berries and carved pumpkin. I love this combination. Any kind of pinkish orange colors blended together, I think come together very nicely. I tend to do most of my blending with oxides. I know a lot of people prefer using more of their inks, but I learned on oxides, and that's just kind of my preference. I also have them heavily inked up or juicy, and I have no problems with them. Now this panel is propped up on craft foam underneath the green parsley and craft. And then I just lined up 3 little sunbathers with some of that leftover monstera leaves from my stash. For the last card, I used my Misty to straighten out the stamp in the curved summer, and just to straighten it out temporarily so that I could get that image to then create a Hello Summer from a different die cut. I believe this is Concord 9th as well. It's from my stash though, and for any of my sentiment dies, I rarely know where they came from. All right, everyone, thanks for celebrating the beginning of summer with me, and I will see you next week for more card making adventures. It won't be long before we're doing Christmas in July. Oh my, I don't know if I'm ready for that. We should do a Halloween one in between. Well, I don't know. Anyway, I'll see you next week. Have a great one. Take care, everyone. Be safe. Bye-bye.